Hello, Jeremy from Lime Swap, and I'm going to show you what needs to happen if you want to put a 6-liter from a Chevy Express into your Hummer H3. So this is going into a 2007 H3, and the Express was a 2006. So the first thing was to decide which ECM to use, and we decided on the E40 because the Hummer already had a P12, and we have the same connectors. So right here, now the same connectors. The pinout is completely different, so all these wires had to come out, and even so, it's still not a straight swap. So there's this jumper here, and this has a mate which is going to go back into the body harness, which will also have to be repinned, but at least that much is the same. Also, E40 uses a TCM as opposed to the P12, which is both engine and transmission control. So this entire branch had to be added with that connector. But looking at this whole harness, so it's going to include all the pickup points from the Hummer. So these connectors are in stock location, and over here these fuse box connectors are on the stock location, as well as this jumper, and this entire rest of this branch here going down to the transmission. This is all the stock routing for the Hummer. Now pretty much everything else is going to be from the Chevy Express. So we have this cool manifold plastic mount here. This is different from, I think, every other 6-liter. The Silverados have something different. But it's a good way of tying down the harness, so it's right where you want it. It does do this weird thing where it doubles back on itself to pick up the injectors and the coils, and doubles back again, and then finally gets to the back of the engine for the O2 sensors, and doubles back a third time for the knock sensor, crank sensor, and starter wire. Now this engine was an older one. It had the bolt-on knock sensors, so I had to add in the circuitry for the, I had the screw-on knock sensors. I had to add in the circuits for the bolt-on knock sensors. So that's new circuits, and there's going to be a corresponding one over here for the left side. So that's new as well. But that's about it. Now I think in the future the way to go for this type of swap might be the E67. The E67 is a little more capable, easier to find, cheaper. The problem is the connectors are not the exact same as this E40 here. But I'm looking at getting an adapter made. I've done one by hand. It didn't come out the way I wanted it, but if I could do it maybe with machined pieces and a circuit board instead of just doing it all by hand, it might be worth doing. So anyway, 6-liter Chevy Express into Hummer H3.